In the heart of the Old West, where dust danced with the relentless wind and danger lurked behind sun-bleached storefronts, a reputation could be won or lost by the draw of a gun. Cole Turner, known as the Lone Ranger, was a man whose name echoed through saloons and campfires alike. With piercing blue eyes and a demeanor as cold as steel, Cole was as enigmatic as he was feared. For years, he rode alone under the vast, timeless sky, his only companion the haunting melody of his harmonica. But today, within the wooden confines of Dawson County Soul Bank, Cole stood on the precipice of a gamble that could cost him everything or secure him a fortune in one fell swoop. The bank was modest, its interior lined with raw lumber and a strongbox that housed the weekly payroll of surrounding ranches. Cole had cased the place for weeks, his every move calculated and precise. The townsfolk had no inkling that beneath the weather-beaten hat and worn boots of a drifter lay the mind of a meticulous strategist. The clock struck high noon, and Cole pushed open the bank's swinging doors with quiet confidence. Inside, the air was cool, a stark contrast to the scorching sun outside. Mrs. Beale, the plump bank clerk, looked up from her ledger, her warm smile faltering as she recognized the severity in Cole's eyes. As swift as a rattlesnake's strike, Cole drew his revolver, the click of its hammer echoing in the small space. "Nobody move," his voice was calm, almost gentle, but it carried the weight of an unbreakable command. The few patrons dropped to the floor, fear etching lines in their faces. Mrs. Beale's hands shook as she raised them, her breaths coming in short, terrified bursts. Open the strongbox. Cole's gaze was fixed, unwavering. Her fingers fumbled with the keys, the metallic jingle a cruel counterpoint to the intense silence. Just as the lid of the strongbox lifted, a flicker of movement caught Cole's eye. Sheriff Adams, a hulking figure of authority, stepped from the shadows of the adjoining office, his Colt .45 already drawn. Suspense thickened the air. For a heartbeat, the world held its breath. "Cole, I figured you'd try something like this," the sheriff said, his voice a deep rumble. "But this isn't your lucky day." Cole's eyes narrowed, his grip tightening. "Maybe it is, Sheriff. Maybe it is." The scene was set for a showdown, each man's fate hanging by the thread of who would pull the trigger first. The bank, Dawson County, the very fabric of the Old West, held its collective breath, waiting to see whose reputation would endure and who would be left as a cautionary tale in the annals of frontier lore.